Hey everyone, welcome back to the Dairy Raid, and it is the summer break. July, in my opinion, is the worst sports month on the calendar, at least until NFL training camp starts up. So it can be a bit demotivating for a quote unquote football content creator to actually put in the work at this time of year. But I tried to break up the lack of content last week with a Q&A. I thought it would be a fun idea to do so while I was out at a music festival. And while I had some downtime during those 5 days, finding quiet at a heavy metal music festival and then having the energy as a soon to be 45-year-old man to use that quiet to record a Q&A, it was a recipe for disaster that my quest for unique content just blinded me to see. However, you all sent in a bunch of great questions, and taking those questions and the backlog that I had, I put together a list of topics that I think I'm going to try and space out through the time remaining between now and fall camp to help me kind of ease back into full-time creation and hopefully build some momentum leading into week one for the Badgers. So I hope this is the start of a full and more motivated summer for yours truly. And the first topic and the first question that we are going to go through has to do with Colton Joseph. And the question is Colton Joseph being asked to save the offense, or is he simply going to stabilize it? And I think this offense is in a unique position that for the first time in a long time, we have a quarterback who can actually add a different dimension to the offense. We have had solid game managers over the years and facilitators of the run game, but what Colton Joseph has in his individual skill set is something that we have not had, and it could bring balance back to the position. And we'll get into what I mean by balance again here in a little bit. But we need to know the difference between kind of carrying the offense, saving the offense, as the question posed, and simply operating it efficiently. And I think for the most part, we have had quarterbacks who could operate the offense at Wisconsin. I wouldn't say efficiently all the time, but at least consistently in the parameters that they are being asked to do, which is manage. It is try not to make too many mistakes. It is make sure that when you're given the situation that you need to make a play, you do so. But more importantly, you are there to make sure that you don't screw up. And that was the MO for the Badger quarterback, really between now and Russell Wilson. Some would say that Jack Cohn and Graham Mertz were able to do more. But if you really look back at those guys and the situations where they were asked to be the guy, were they? I don't think so. So what we need to do with Colton Joseph this year is we have to move beyond the, you know, just don't lose us the game mentality that we have had for the quarterback position and have a player and the position overall that can add enough balance to the offense that defenses have to game plan for it. And balance, as I've said many times before, is not just 50% run, 50% pass. It is have enough playmaking ability, whether it be with their arms, their legs, or both, that in any offensive situation, the quarterback is a threat. In the traditional Wisconsin offense, the quarterback outside of Russell Wilson was never used or seen as a threat. The quarterback was used in situations where everybody knew that this is an opportunity for a quarterback to make plays. And more than not, when those situations happened, the quarterbacks either couldn't pull the trigger on a big play or wouldn't pull the trigger on a big play. I think with Colton Joseph, every situation is an opportunity for him to make a big play. And by doing so, the defense has to respect his ability to make a big play in every situation. 1st and 10, basic rundowns. He's always going to be there in the quarterback run game. In second and short situations, play action, bootlegs, RPOs off of that run game. He's always going to be able to be there. He's got the legs that in third and long situations, if the defense blankets over the top and takes away all those deep shot options that we need, he has the feet to get out of the pocket and to get the first down on his own, which is something defenses have to respect. And by doing so, that's going to create options in the passing game. So, Colton Joseph can't save the offense. That is up to Jeff Grimes and I think Eric Mateos to save. But what he can do, we can stabilize the offense by making the quarterback a threat to the defense for the first time since Russell Wilson. And by doing so, you do not have to have a quarterback who's going to sit back there and throw 40 times a game and put up 300 yards plus yards. You need a quarterback who threatens the defense enough to make a play on every play. And when you do that, it takes eyes away from everybody else, and that's how you can build a more complete offense. When your offense is built around one person or one play or one position, all eyes are there. And when you prove that the rest of the team around that person is not a threat, then they're not going to take you seriously. When they don't take you seriously, that's when we get to a situation where when they take away that one thing that you have, now you have an offense that can't function. So with having a balanced offense and you have a quarterback who can lead both in the run game and the passing game as the focal point of the offense, we could still be a run first, run heavy, old school Wisconsin team. But now on every play, all eyes are going to be on Colton Joseph. And there's everything around him that can make plays. You got to pick your battles, and you got to pick what you're going to do. You can't do everything at the same time. And we can finally maybe have a sense of big play in this system and an offense that is going to take pressure away from our defense, the run game, everything. So Colton Joseph can save the offense by just being himself. He can stabilize the offense by bringing balance to defensive game planning and forcing them to take account of him on every play. And he can bring a dynamic to this offense that we have not had in 25 years. 15 years, excuse me. I'm thinking too far back. That's because it has been that long since we've had a quarterback that could do something with the offense. But that's what I'm thinking about Colton Joseph. And this is the start of a summer where we're going to ask these questions. We're going to dig into what they mean for Wisconsin football and looking forward to fall camp and the 2026 season. So, thank you as always for watching and listening, and we will see you next time.